Good morning, everybody. Matt Moda here to give you my favorite MLB home run predictions for today. We're talking Saturday, April 19th. Happy Saturday, everybody. I'm going to have 4 MLB home run picks for you guys to lock in for today's MLB betting slate. Very, very confident in the 4 plays that I have for you guys today, the 4 home run picks for you guys. Before we can get into that, we do have to do a recap from yesterday, which was not a great day overall. Obviously, Ohtani, we had him hitting a home run. He got refunded. He's on paternity leave, so his dong kept us away from cashing a dong last night. Kind of in a funny turn of events. So Ohtani leads off. Tommy Edman ended up leading off for the Dodgers instead. Tommy Edman hit a home run. Now, obviously, that doesn't mean Ohtani would have, but I'm going to pretend it was. And then we lost Jorge Polanco. We lost Tyler Soderstrom. Both of those guys had hard hits, but none of them really even came close to hitting a home run. They just didn't put the ball in the air. So I put a quarter unit on both of those guys. Did not get any of those to cash. So we were down half a unit yesterday. Luckily, we are still incredibly profitable on the year. If you're following my unit size, we are up 8.47 units on the Dong Report on the entire season. Our ROI on the year was 37.73%. Obviously, that's incredible. And then one thing that I started doing is tracking what our profit would be. And I'm going to move this down a little bit. Tracking our profit would be if you just blindly put 1 unit on every single home run. So instead of following my unit size guiding, if you just put 1 unit on every single home run, you'd be up 34 units. Obviously, the ROI thing is the most important. ROI number, I should say, is the most important thing here because it's your return on investment. Whatever you're betting, you're getting a 37% return so far on the Dong Report. Now, me personally, I am up 8.47 units because I don't play home runs for a unit. I think that's a little bit crazy because, I mean, yeah, obviously if you're green, the unit size, quote unquote, doesn't matter. But with the variability of home runs, I don't want to have stretches where, if I go a week without hitting a home run, I don't want to be down 20 units over the course of a week, even though I might be up on the entire season. So that's just kind of my logic for my unit sizing. But hey, if you want to put a unit on dongs, I'm not here to stop you. Regardless, it's been an amazing season so far. I got 4 picks for you guys to lock in. I'm using Ballpark Pal and a couple other sites to help with my research, but Ballpark Pal is number 1. I spend the most time using Ballpark Pal for my research. So if you want to check them out, I put a link to Ballpark Pal. I've said that a million times. I put a link to them in the description of the video. Just look at the promo codes because you can get 10% off for the month, or if you want to sign up for the season, you can get 15% off. Regardless, pretty good weather day, as you can see here, 4 home runs. We got 3 games in the green, 4 home runs, 2 games in the red, which is funny because, like, what a difference a day makes. Wrigley Field was just a dong machine yesterday. Now it's the opposite of that. That's how wind goes in Chicago. But the best game here is this Phillies-Marlins game, and that's where we are heading for our first pick. I'm going with Bryce Harper to hit a home run. I was able to lock him in, as you can see on my Tails account here. I got him at plus 350. You're still able to get him at plus 350. Normally, I put a quarter unit on my home runs, but I actually put 0.3 on this one as opposed to a quarter unit. I just wanted to profit a little bit over a unit if he hits. So that's why I upped my unit size by literally 0.05. So for me, that's $30. I put $30 on Bryce Harper to hit a home run. Really like the look on Bryce tonight. He hit a home run yesterday, a baseball that he absolutely just nuked. If I can show you the exit velocity, I meant to have this preloaded, but I forgot. If we look at here, it's the 3rd hardest hit of the game, home run, 106.4 miles per hour off the bat, traveled 418 feet, just exactly what you're looking for someone to hit a home run. I'll admit I was debating between Harper and Bryce, between Schwarber and Bryce in this game. You honestly can't go wrong with either one. Schwarber's odds are like plus 260, and if I viewed them equally, then I went with the guy with the better odds. But if you want to go Kyle Schwarber, I can't argue against that. If you want to go with both of them, assuming that one of them hits a home run, I can't argue with that either. But I went with Bryce. It's plus EV according to Ballpark Pal. They also have Bryce rated higher than Kyle Schwarber, which is another reason why I chose Bryce slightly higher, but still better. And it's a plus EV play according to Ballpark Pal. Plus 10 extreme advantage in favor of the batter. Obviously, that would be Bryce here. It's an F matchup for the pitcher, Cal Quantrill. It's an A+ matchup for Bryce Harper. So both of those numbers look good. You look at the release point here, A+ on both sides, or both sides, I should say, for vertically and horizontally. It's an A+ release point. So Harper should be able to see the ball pretty cleanly out of Cal Quantrill's hands. Now, Cal Quantrill isn't a terrible pitcher by any means. He's not like a super dong ball type of guy. If you look at his numbers here, Last year, home run per 9 of 1.40 isn't good, but it's not terrible. Through 3 starts this year, home run per 9 of 1.29. Again, that's not terrible. You look at his advanced numbers here. Barrel rate of 8.7% is pretty below average, and he had a rough first 2 starts and then was good in his last start. Or I should say it was his first start that was rough, gave up 3 barrels in that start, and then had a really good second start, and then was decent in his third one. But it's definitely not a pitching matchup that I'm scared of. And the weather in this game is incredible. I mean, plus 38% more likely than average, which is like, that's what this is telling you. That's what Ballpark Pal is telling you. 0% would be a completely neutral game. 38% above that. You want to know why? It's windy, with winds blowing out to right field. 16-mile-an-hour winds, and it's the high 70s, so it's not hot, but it is generally good for travel, for carry, I should say, of the baseball. I mean, you see across the board, phenomenal weather conditions across the board in Philly. So I feel really good about Bryce. And you look at him, he's not the hottest hitter in the world. He's also relatively hot. I'm looking at a couple sources here that just measure exit velocity and stuff. I'm looking at specifically as a member, or I'm looking at the Phillies roster specifically. Over the last 7 days, Bryce has 8 combined hard hit line drive plus fly balls. He's got 3 balls launched plus piss missile, whatever you want to call that. Piss missile is just 100 miles an hour off the bat between 20 and 40 degree launch angle. So he leads the Phillies in balls launched. He's tied with Schwarber in terms of hard hit line drive and fly balls. We're looking at another website here. This would be DGen Analytics, which is another way to measure exit velocity. We're looking at his last 10 games specifically. 10 hits that were 100 miles per hour off the bat or faster. That's what this number here is showing you, with, again, another 3 piss missiles and 3 home runs. So been pretty good for Bryce. I feel really good about going with him to hit a home run. This is our first pick of the video. Next up, I want to stick in the same game here. I'm going with a guy you've probably never heard of, Eric Wagaman. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. If you know, if I am mispronouncing it, let me know in the comments. But I'm going with Eric to hit a home run. He is all the way up at plus 560 to hit a home run. That one is at FanDuel. Looks like, yeah, you're still getting it at plus 560, quarter unit on him to hit a home run. So I was between 2 different guys on the Marlins. I was between Matt Mervis. You can always trust a Matt M. Or I was debating between Eric Wagaman to hit a home run. I ended up settling for Wagaman because the odds were just significantly better. I mean, 370 for Matt M versus 560 is obviously a dramatic difference. And if you look at a lot of the same numbers that I was just looking at, a lot of them favor Wagaman in terms of exit velocity and stuff. So instead of looking at the Phillies, I'm just going to look at the Marlins. I'm looking at the last the last 7 days. He leads the Marlins in hard hit line drive plus fly balls. In terms of piss missiles, he's tied with Mervis. They each have 3. So basically, like, when Mervis got a hold of one, he just launched it. But he's got 8. That leads the Marlins. You look at DGen Analytics and you go to Miami. Last 10 games here. Mervis is actually number 1 in terms of the last 10 games. But you look at the last 5 games and we see he has 6 compared to only 4 for Matt Mervis. And Wagaman hit an absolute nuke last night as well. He hit one 427 feet, 105.9 miles per hour off the bat, 30-degree launch angle, just picture perfect in terms of what you are looking for a home run to be hit. And the pitching matchup is as juicy as it gets. Taijuan Walker is pitching for the Phillies. Now, Walker had a good first 2 starts this year as a member of the Phillies. He was awful in his last start, which just ruined his numbers across the board. I mean, barrel rate of 6.7% isn't terrible, but last year, 13.4% is ungodly bad. 46% hard hit rate is bad. And you look at his last start, it all kind of unraveled for Taijuan Walker. He allowed 7 hard hits, hard hit rate of 43.8%. And even though his first start was good, he still allowed 2 barrels in that start as well. So not quite as good as it was in that second start against the Braves, where he did legitimately pitch a gem. Not scared off of Taijuan Walker at all. You go to the cheat sheet. We're just looking at I'm just looking at the pitchers, and I'm filtering it specifically for Taijuan Walker just to show you against right-handed bats. He's really, really struggled the most, and Eric Wagaman is a right-handed. Home run per 9 of 2.5. Barrel rate of 6.25 isn't terrible, but a hard hit rate of 44% is pretty bad. And he throws a ton of pitches, doesn't really throw any of them that well. So you can't look at like a specific pitch mix for Taijuan Walker because he throws a bunch. We see he throws the slider the most to right-handed hitters, but then that changes to the splitter the most to left-handed hitters. He's been better against lefties, but I don't necessarily think he's good either. So my official pick is Eric Wagaman to hit a home run, but you really can't go wrong with a lot of the Marlins guys. Like if you just look at Ballpark Pal, they're high on Jesus Sanchez, they're high on Kyle Stowers, they're high on Griffin Conine. The only one that they're not high on is Matt Mervis, and he was the only one that I was considering. So that's why I settled on Wagaman. He has also got the best odds, tied with Griffin Conine as well, but they're both at plus 560. Again, there's a lot of guys in this game that you can't go wrong with. It's incredibly juicy for home runs, but my two official ones in this game are Bryce Harper and Eric Wagaman to hit home runs. That's our first two. Next up, our third pick of the video. Give me Jonathan Aranda to hit a home run. He is at plus 480 odds to hit a home run. Plus 480, as you can see right here, plus 480. You're still getting the same price, so no issues on line movement here. Quarter unit on this bad boy as well. Aranda, so he is being played. The game is being played at Steinbrenner Field. Now, it's minus 2% for home runs, which doesn't sound great. It is hot, which is good, but there are winds blowing in. But if you look into the matchup a little bit, it's still a highly rated game, specifically to right field, which is why I wanted to target a left-handed hitter like Jonathan Aranda. He's a lefty. He's been smoking the baseball as well. I mean, he's just been hitting the tar out of the baseball. And he's got a really, really good matchup against Carlos Carrasco, who has not been good this entire season. And I'll get into Aranda and how hot he has been, but just to stick with Carlos Carrasco for a second. He's made 4 starts this year. Barrel rate, 17.6%. Horrible. Hard hit rate, 45%. Bad. The worst thing here is that launch angle. He's allowing guys to hit the ball incredibly hard, and he's allowing them to hit the ball in the air. That's a terrible combination for the pitcher. That's a great combination for us. And he's only made 4 starts this year. He's allowed 5 home runs in those 4 starts. Now, the majority of them actually been the right-handed hitter, so he's been worse against righties, but I'm not necessarily scared off of targeting a lefty either because, I mean, he's still got terrible stats against lefties as well. And like I mentioned, Jonathan Aranda has been absolutely on fire. You look at him on the year. We're looking at his numbers here. Barrel rate of 20% is awesome. Hard hit rate of 60% is awesome. He's got 9 barrels on the entire year. And he's even been hot recently. Like, we're looking at this report here, which is just showing you data from the last 14 days, looking at the last 2 weeks. He is one of 7 batters with 8 or more barrels. Now, the guys ahead of him, some pretty good names. Ohtani, Rafael Devers, Cal Raleigh, who's been on fire this year. I mean, he's hit 7 home runs in the last 2 weeks. Tyler Soderstrom has hit 6 home runs. He's got 9 barrels. Been very, very good recently. And you just look at his numbers since, we're looking at it like over the last week, like since April 12th. Since then, or I think I wanted to look, since those last 7 games, well, I think it's 7 games, 5 barrels, 12 hard hits, 63% hard hit rate. All that stuff looks really, really good. He quote unquote only had 1 hard hit yesterday, but look what he did to that baseball. It was a game where the Rays offense couldn't really do anything. I mean, it was a 1-0 baseball game. He hit a baseball 398 feet. Should have been a home run, was a home run. It would have been a home run in 7 of 30 stadiums. That stuff is really, really good. And then you look at what I really like about Jonathan Aranda is he's putting the ball in the air. Fly ball rate of 52.6% in his last 7 games. So not only has he been smoking the ball, but he's putting the ball in the air as well. And that's exactly what you look for when you want guys to hit home runs. You want them to hit the ball hard. You want them to hit the ball in the air. The other guy I was debating in this game is Junior Caminero. He's really good. He just hit a home run for us on Thursday. He had 2 hits, 2 of the hardest hits of the game yesterday, 111, 113.9. His line drive rate and fly ball rate are low, which is what scared me off, but I have no issues going with Junior Caminero. I think he's also another really good bet in this game as well. I went with Jonathan Aranda, but you want to go with Junior, I wouldn't blame you. That is pick number 3. And then our 4th and final pick of the video, give me James Wood to hit a home run. He is best offered at plus 575 odds at Bet365. So Bet365 doesn't pull, their odds don't pull through this software I use through my Tails account to send plays out. So if you don't use Bet365, the next best price here is $5.50, both at ESPN and DraftKings. But if you do use Bet365, that's where I locked it in. Now the Nats didn't play yesterday. Their game got snowed out. It's not a bad weather game today. It's +4 in terms of home runs. It's a little bit cold, but Coors Field means that the ball is going to carry. So it's not as good as Coors can normally be, but it is still good in general for a home run to be hit. And I absolutely love this play on James Wood. I mean, we're targeting some of the worst pitchers in baseball for home runs today, which is why I love it. You go to, what am I looking at here? You go to this one I'm looking for, this report here. And you know how I mentioned Aranda was one of 7 batters with 8 or more barrels? Well, guess who's also on that list? That would be one James Wood, who also has 8 barrels in his last 14 days. Now, he didn't play yesterday, so he's even a little bit farther off of that. But he's been really good. And the pitcher he's going up against, Chase Dollander, is not somebody that I'm scared of at all. He has also been absolutely rocked so far this year. He has made 4 or 3 starts this year. I want to look at his game log. Here we go. He's made 2 starts this year. He's given up 3 barrels in each of those 2 starts, 6 hard hits in each of those 2 starts as well. That's terrible. I mean, 3 barrels per game is disgusting. Barrel rate of 21% is disgusting. And you look at his splits, he's given up 4 home runs in 2 starts. 3 of them have come against left-handed hitters. That's what we're targeting here. And only 3 of them and only 3.2 innings too, which is really just disgusting stuff. We're targeting a lefty in James Wood, but not only that. So Chase Dollander, he's allowed 4 home runs, right? He's allowed 3 of them to lefties. All 3 have come off of the four-seam fastball. And I'm going to James Wood just to show you what he does to four-seam fastballs. This is on the entire season. He's hit 4 home runs off of the four-seamer. Now, if we look at just specifically right-handed pitchers, because that's what he's going to be facing, 28% barrel rate against fastballs from right-handed pitchers, 72.73% hard hit rate. And you look at the last couple times a ball has left the bat from James Woods' bat, I guess is what I'm looking to say here. 112 miles per hour off the bat, traveled 449 feet, launching up 29 degrees, home run. 95, that's against Paul Skeens. Now, that was never going to be a home run because that launch angle was super low, but still, 95 against Skeens is good. And then we see 115.8, 110.5, 400-foot home run. 112.3, 384 feet was a double. Just smacks four-seam fastballs from righties. That's what he's going to see about 50% of the time. So that's really, really good for James Wood. So that is our 4th and final pick of the video. So I have 4 official bets for you guys to lock in. I also gave you guys some leans as well. Matt Mervis was a lean. Kyle Schwarber was a lean. Junior Caminero was a lean for you guys. He's best offer, looks like plus 450 at FanDuel. And then there were some good matchups for the athletic guys. I just didn't like the odds, which is why I held off. I mean, you're paying, I mean, plus 375 isn't terrible for Rooker and Soderstrom, but they were, I mean, especially Soderstrom. I just got him at plus 450 yesterday. So I don't love the fact that's all the way down to plus 375 today. Rooker at 375 isn't terrible. Both those guys had 2 hard hits each yesterday. And Soderstrom, I mean, has been among the best hitters in baseball. You look at any stat for guys hitting the ball hard, and Tyler Soderstrom is going to be at the top of that list for a lot of them. So if you wanted to go with him, I wouldn't blame you. If you wanted to go with Rooker, I wouldn't blame you. I limited myself to 4 picks today, but as you can see, it's a pretty juicy day for home runs. I mean, a lot of plus EV plays according to Ballpark Pal, which if you've been watching my videos hasn't always been the case. So that's always a good sign. But yeah, that's all we got. So 4 official bangers for you guys to lock in here. We're going with Bryce Harper, Eric Wagaman, Jonathan Aranda, and James Wood to hit home runs. If all 4 of these guys hit a home run, we will profit 5.09 units. We're risking just over 1 unit. If one of these guys hits a home run, we're going to be profitable. But if we can get more than 1, that would be awesome. We just got 3 on Thursday. I'll take another 3 tonight. But that's all we got. Appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure to check out Ballpark Pal if you want to. Put a link to them in the description of the video. If you want to get all my plays sent to you for $10 a month, I have a link to my Tails account as well. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Bet responsibly, and have a good one.